So I wasn't really sure what to do today. I'm heading back from South Scotland, the southern area of Scotland, and I'm just driving along the coast. There is a little lighthouse that I'm heading to maybe for this evening and my final parking destination. And I've just pulled into this little bay that I had on my map of places to stop and visit, and I've just found out there's a shipwreck here. So it is extremely rude if I don't go and try and get a photograph of it. The only problem is the sun is now out and we've got pure blue sky, which is awful. But there's a shipwreck and I think we need to go and have a look at it. Come on. So not really thinking, I didn't put my hat on. What I did think about is checking the tide, because it's an extremely flat beach, which would mean the tide would come in very fast. So I did check that first, and the tide is going out still, which is a bonus, which is good. Now I'm just making sure I'm not treading on any sinking sand and quicksand. That would be a disaster, wouldn't it? But this is a massively flat beach. This would be a beautiful little place to come and park up and just enjoy the water. I think when the tide's in, this would be an absolutely stunning little bay, and it's a beautiful little park up with toilets and everything. So I think we'll mark this on the map for coming back to. Oh, and I've just got to walk my way. My feet are going to get absolutely drenched, and now I've got another little section of water to get through. Just got to work on my way around all these little pools of water. What a wreck. I'll put the name of the wreck up on the screen because I've already forgotten it. As like me, I don't retain that information. My mind is full of stuff. So I like these ripples leading up to it, all the little beach water ripples you can see all around my feet. Even more so as you go that direction. It's very ripply. So I'm going to start off further away to give a sense of emptiness, and then I'll move up a little bit closer and try and get a nicer reflection, sort of closer shot. So I'm not normally one for shooting in sunny conditions and bright conditions, but I'm telling you now, this is a stunning photo of this shipwreck. I'm glad I've stopped further back and having all this ripple, because I've got massive negative space in this image. Just literally the ripples on the beach, they're just this massive negative space, and it makes it look like this little shipwreck sitting all on its own out there in the ocean, you know, when the tide was in, obviously. And the really bright sky behind it's making it very silhouetted, which is acting perfectly against all these ripples in the beach. This is a really nice image, and I'm sure I can get one or two more just like it. I'm impressed already. So the reason this image works is because I've come down really low. I brought my camera down low to the ground. It's only a couple of foot off the ground, and that's the reason why this image works. And I've interlocked the top of the shards of the shipwreck with the land behind it, so you can actually see that little bit of a land mass. And I'm going to spin the camera around. I'm going to do one again with it on the right hand thirds rather than the left hand thirds, and this is putting the sunlight more centralizing in the image. So just tell me the difference. Do you like the one left or right? But I really like this, and like I say, these little ripples on the beach, they definitely add into this image and making it worthwhile, and the sun being directly behind it, it's just making them all shadowy and contrasty. Absolutely superb. Let's try one flipping it around and do a vertical one as well. So if I was to actually teach you anything about photography, I would teach you to be very open-minded about your camera position, because I've moved a few feet from left to right. I've probably moved 20 or 30 foot just to get that sunlight right behind the wreck. It works amazingly. Now I've got another image set up where I want to get my tripod physically as high as possible. Hope you can still see me, I'm hiding behind the shadows. And the reason being is I want to now change the position of this wreck and put it with the island behind it, not the island, but the land mass behind it. I want to put that in a different plane. I want to be able to see the background. And I've got the wreck on the left hand third, and I think that works the best. And I want to show the difference between this one now, and I've gone up as high as I possibly can, and I know the bow of the boat is just literally touching the island. Now the polarizer is making a difference, so I like the polarizer, I think, on, because it's just taming down that brightness a little bit. Now I really don't need to be bracketing this, but I'm bracketing it as a safety measure. But yeah, I've just got the back of the headland just in the shot, and if I was to move it across and take that headland out and put it on the right hand third, I don't think it works quite the same. So again, let me know in the comments with the headland or without the headland showing, and I can always put one bang in the middle, but I don't like bang in the middle. I like that headland with the wreck over on the left hand third, and it's all negative space. I can give it a bit more, I can lift it up a little bit more and give you a little bit more sky, and it's very silhouetted, but I think this is absolutely a peach of an image. And again, I'm going to do a vertical with it higher up, just so I can see, and this time I'm going to face it down a little bit, because it's all about the negative space in the image. Maybe even zoom in just a little bit, putting the shipwreck somewhere above the center line. The reflection, the light is all behind it, and you're looking into the sunlight. Absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad I found this. I did not know this was here. This is a complete treat for me, an absolute blessing. I did spot an island though. The island's really nice out of the back there. If I can get a shot on that island, I will do with a lighthouse on it. But we now need to move up a little bit closer, get the wreck looking like a wreck. Oh my God, wow. So I've also taken a shot handheld lower down, so I've got right down to the floor, and I wanted to show you the difference. So the height up, this is camera level. You can see this is my camera, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you just so you get an idea roughly what the camera's seeing. So that's camera level, as you can see there, the camera's here, and that's what I'm taking. So you're getting this, you're getting the top of the sticky up bits. I know the bow's touching, but it's just above the headland. So the headland's, you know, you got a gap below it, so it's dropping below the headland, sorry, so you're just seeing a bit of light. But if I bring this right down now and we come all the way down, right down to the bottom, you can now see down here we're getting these ripples starting to appear down the bottom, and it's cutting into the headland in the background. But I do love these ripples that are rolling out, especially if I zoom out. You can see these ripples all down the bottom here, and it just takes all the way in with the silhouette, the wreck in the background. So yeah, really, really nice. You must try different heights. This is as high as my tripod would go. I wish it would just go another 6 inches higher and it would be even better. But yeah, absolutely nailing these. Beautiful. So I've come up closer still now, and I'm getting those reflections in the bottom, and I am just high enough to get the bow above the headland. But now I'm getting the headland either side, because this is a bay that leads in, and you're getting the reflection in the steel pool around it as well. Absolutely beautiful, really, really nice. It is very silhouette. It's a total silhouette image, but I think it works beautifully. It's such a lovely example of a wreck that's just sitting there. I think it works better as a horizontal than a vertical. It's just that skeleton that's left. Really, really nice. I'm going to move up a little bit closer so I'm looking more down on top of it, and hopefully I won't have to change my lens, because I've only got the 18mm on, so I don't particularly want to put my bag down in this soaking wet, soggy, sandy, muddy stuff. I wish I'd brought me out with me. It's really hard to see in the lens with the sunlight so beating down on me. So I've just got another image now. I'm not going to move any further forward, because this actually looks like it's in a little bog of mud, and I don't fancy testing it out on the old footsteps. But yeah, we got this headland again on the left and the right hand side. We have now moved closer. The skeleton is looking more like a skeleton, and because it's so perfectly untouched, because we've got this beautiful untouched waterscape around us, or mudscape if you like, it's giving me such a clean image, because so many wrecks have so much around them. I bet this would be beautiful with some water floating around it. Now I'm just spinning the polarizer to see if it makes any difference, and it doesn't make a lot. It's just taking that sunlight glare just down a little bit. And again, I just love, we're looking more diagonally down the boat now, so it's looking more coming sort of on its starboard side, and we're looking across where the actual skeleton is still there, because the port side is very minimal. Now I will try and I'm gonna try a few different shots in different areas. I'm gonna clone out the very bright highlight in the bottom left hand corner, because it's dragging your eye down, and I'll show you the before and after image if I can, to drown that out in that bottom corner, because the bright sunlight hitting the sun just down here is taking your eye away from the actual wreck. So I need to lose that, and it should pull you in. So I'm going to tone that right down, but I will put the two images up and just show you the difference. Yeah, I like this. Oh, it's definitely floating my boat. Doo-doo. So the sun's gone in now. We've got some very cloudy sky, and I think I'm done. I think that's it for the wreck. What I might do though is go back to the van, get my drone out, and just fly the drone across to give you that idea of where this is, because I think the drone would really tell the story of its loneliness and eeriness of coming out here to the wreck. But yeah, I think on a tide, a nice receding tide, but a low tide, this is such a flat beach, I think you get this lovely water around it. I think this will be an absolutely peach of a location to come to. So I'm going to make my way back across now, get myself back onto terra firma, give me boots a bit of a wash off with some cold water, and I might just pop the drone out to have a little look and show you exactly where this wreck is. So I don't take photos on my little drone very often, because it is one of the older drones, but I've just had it out as you've seen, and I've been flying over the top of the wreck to give you that sense of scale and distance and show you how far away this wreck is out in that bay. And I've got to say that the couple of photographs I were taken because as I was flying the drone, and I'll overlay it now, as I was flying the drone you could see the clouds and the reflections. It's almost like the ghost of the ship is in the sky. I know that sounds really weird, but I felt a bit of energy as I was doing it, as I could see it. I was almost like, wow, it's like this ship's in the sky, it's sort of floating, it's up there in the memories, and the clouds all around it, and it felt so surreal, so weird. So I had to stop and take a couple of photographs. So I am going to end this video now. I'm going to end it with these photographs, and just look at them, pay the respect to anyone that may have lost their life on that shipwreck. I'm sure with it being so close to shore, people probably swam back, so it was okay. But honestly, it was really eerie. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ending on a high, got to end on a high, even though it seems like a low. I don't want it to be too somber. But yeah, that was amazing. There are a couple of unique photographs that I'm really quite proud of. I like them. So yeah, till next time, ciao for now, see you soon, and do drop me a comment. Let me know whether you like the ones where we're on the left, on the right, whether the sun in the middle, the high level, the low level, you know, you name it, I've tried it, but let me know what you think. Ta-da, see you soon.